Welcome in the kitchen. Well, it's snowing. It's snowing outside. It is. They said we have a 100% chance of snow tonight, but they didn't tell us any accumulations. That could mean we're not going to get any accumulation or it's going to be up over the roof. Around here, you just never know. We could have a very mild winter and get very little to no snow, or I've seen winters. We've had two particular winters that we had large snows, like blizzard snows, feet of snow here. And I don't like those at all. I mean, if it's flurrying out there and it comes and it goes, I'm good. I don't want it to stay, not even for 5 minutes, because I like the summertime. So because it's snowing, we're going to have soup tonight. And this is something I've been wanting to make with y'all for a long time. We're going to make bread bowls to put our soup in. Yum! I know, right? You go out and you buy them, and when you go out and have soup at Panera and places, you can get a bread bowl, and they're so yummy, but they're also so expensive. You can make them and have your homemade soup and your bread bowl on a cold night, and you just be so happy. All right, first of all, we need 1.5 cups of warm water into our mixer bowl. And you notice I have the mixing attachment, not the bread kneader, just the mixer. To this, we're going to add, and this is my yeast. I buy it in bulk and I keep it in the refrigerator. 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. So here's a half. And I just sprinkle it over the top. And we're going here with 2 more. It's 1 and 2. All right, we're going to let that sit there a minute and come to life, because we want it all to be alive, don't we? We do. And then we're going to need, I use bread flour if I'm making bread. It doesn't matter what kind of bread I'm making. If it's a bread, I use bread flour. That means a pizza crust, a loaf of bread, any kind of bread that calls for all-purpose flour, I use bread flour. You do not have to do that. I do it. I think it tastes better. I think it makes a better dough. You don't have to have bread flour. You can make bread with all-purpose flour. Okay? Do not fret. You can make it with all-purpose flour. And we are going to need 3¼ cups of our bread flour. And I've got this one cup scoop right here. I'm just going to try to scoop them out as best I can. All right, our yeast, I believe, is coming to life. Has that got something in that bowl? Right there. Looks like a little speck, or is it just... No, it's just a hole in the water where the yeast was. Looked kind of black, but it's just a little hole. Wasn't anything there. All right, now then, I'm going to go ahead and add in our 3 cups of flour. Y'all, this is so easy to do. It's one of the easiest things you can do. There's 2. And there is 3. There's our 3 cups of flour. And then we're going to need 1/4 cup. I got that right there. I'm going to go ahead and start this to mix, and this will be a very shaggy dough. Very shaggy dough. And you don't have to have a mixer. You can use this right here. But you know me, I'm going to use a mixer if I can, right? And we also need, I think it's a 1/2 tablespoon of salt. 1/2 tablespoon. And you want to use like a fine sea salt, which is what I've got right here. I keep it just for my bread. Okay? You want to get that mixed in there real good. And I'm going to dump in our other 1/4 cup of flour. Y'all, we're just about done with this bread. Just about. I'm going to go in here and scrape down these sides. Make sure it's all getting incorporated and it's all happy. Because, we don't want sad bread now, do we? No, we don't want it to be sad. There we go. And y'all can see it's just like a cookie dough. Bring y'all over here. So you can see, you do not need this at all. Can y'all see how shaggy that is? See that? It's just a shaggy dough. It's perfectly fine, you all. That right there is just perfect for what we want. Okay? For our bread bowls. Now you get it to this stage and you can add in whatever you want to it. I've added Italian seasoning. You can add onions, make an onion bread. You can make, it's untold about stuff you can make with this, okay? But that's all you got to do to it. Simple, easy bread. Simple, simple, simple. Now then, I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put it in the oven. The oven light turned on, the oven turned off. No heat in the oven except for the light. But I'm going to cover it first with one of my little shower caps because that's what I have these for. Right here. Here we go. Uh-oh, about knocked y'all over. There we go. It makes the best little bowl covers. Like I said, I'm going to pop this in the oven, hour and a half, something like that. I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. Welcome in the kitchen. Told y'all that when I started my bread, though, didn't I? I do it every time I start something new. It's just a habit. We're going to fix our soup.
We're going to have bacon.
Yeah, we're going to have bacon cheeseburger soup.
We're going to have bacon cheeseburger soup.
That's right. That's what we're going to have. Because it's snowing outside.
Yes.
Yes. All right, you all. Here we go. And it calls for a pound of bacon.
We're going to have steak and baked potato.
No, we're having soup. So, now then, we're going to cook this bacon. And I think I've got about a pound here. I think I've got enough, whether it's a pound or not. It's a lot of bacon. You just want to fry this up till it gets done. I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and I'm going to tell you everything else we need. Let me wash my hands. All right, here's our ingredient list. If you want to write it down, I'm going to try to put it in the description box below. I think I'm doing better. This is what you need. 1 large Dutch oven. Here's our Dutch oven right here. You need 1 pound of bacon, chopped up, it says. I could have chopped that all up, but I didn't. I left it in strips. It'll be fine. 1 pound of ground beef. I've got mine thawing over here. It's not quite thawed out. Celery, 1 rib of celery, but you know me, I'll just throw a handful in here in just a minute. It says 2 carrots, but I've got carrots right here. I'll use some of those. An onion. Well, you know I'm just going to throw some onion in there, right? I'm not going to chop that up. 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. And this calls for Kinder's caramelized onion butter burger seasoning right here. I've got that. You can use any kind of burger seasoning. You can just use salt and pepper. Whatever your little heart desires is what you can use. I'm going to flip this over. It's starting to cook a little bit. All right, now then, turn the lights on. It calls for a be quiet. It calls for a tablespoon of yellow mustard. I don't have yellow mustard. Very rare that I ever have any mustard at all. I'm about to lose my voice here, y'all. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this ground mustard in there. A tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And then it calls for chicken bouillon or 3 cups of chicken broth. I've got 2 cups of chicken broth, a cup of water, oh my nose is itching, a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, the powdered kind like I use in everything. 1.5 pounds of potatoes, which I've just got 4 medium-sized potatoes. We're going to go with that. A cup of heavy cream, that's still in the refrigerator. And then Velveeta cheese, or cheese of your whatever you like, okay? We like Velveeta and stuff like this, okay? You want to use cheddar, American, Swiss, whatever your little heart desires. You most certainly can. Okay? Salt and pepper, sliced green onions, bread, and cheese for the top. That's all it's got in it. Sounds delicious, or at least I think it does. So, I'll be back in a minute or two when the bacon gets browned up and we go to the next step. All right, our bacon is cooked. Now then, got me a new bacon grease thing here. You're supposed to pour your grease in it. And it catches all the stuff at the top, which I really like. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of that grease in the bottom and all that brown. Okay? Can y'all see that? I'm going to leave the grease and all the brown in there. Because I'm getting ready to put our celery and our onions in there. And like I said, you know me, it was still hot. I turned it way down. There's our celery. And here's our onion. Now then, as that cooks, it will pull every bit of that brown up off of the bottom. And all that good bacon flavor will come right off into our soup. Yum, yum, yum. Okay? I'm going to get this cooked down just a little bit, kind of get the water out of it. Then I'm going to add in our hamburger meat, and we're going to go brown that up. Okay? So when the water cooks out of this here in just a minute, I'll be right back. Alrighty, now then our onions and celery, onions and celery, that's what it is, are about ready. I'm going to go ahead and add our burger in there. We'll get it to browning up here. And here's where I'm going to add my salt and my pepper. Right here on top of this burger. All right, while that's browning, I'm going to finish chopping up our potatoes. They need to be diced pretty small because I want them to cook fairly quickly. Okay? And I'm just going to dice them right here on this board. If you want them in bigger pieces, make them bigger pieces. It just takes them a little longer to cook. That's all totally up to you. Like I said, I've got 4 potatoes here.
Bye, Macy.
She's not going anywhere.
Bye, sis.
She's not going anywhere. Okay, now let's add our potatoes in there because our meat's browned good. And all of our potatoes are chopped. All right, there we go. All right, now then, let's add the rest of our seasonings. What did I do with our recipe? So I know what my measurements are. Here, I'm going to go with our 3 cups of chicken broth. Right there. There's our chicken broth. So that can start cooking our potatoes for us. Put that over there in the sink. Because now we can just stir with this. Yeah. There's a big piece of potato. At least I thought it was. Maybe it was just not broken up. All right. Now then, we need 1 tablespoon of this right here. 1 whole tablespoon. Y'all, I got out the measuring spoons. What did I do with them? Here's one. We'll just use it. That's a half a teaspoon. That's not big enough. All right, let's see if we can go with this. This is a half a tablespoon. We'll go in there with 2 of these. There's 1. 2. There's our tablespoon of that. And y'all, this is not that old, but it's hard as a brick. I don't know how to keep it from getting hard. It's been sealed up in its container the whole time. See, that's hard too. A tablespoon of mustard, and since you know I don't care much for mustard, oh, this has never even been opened. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. And a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Some of this, all this stuff right here can be added to taste, you all. You don't have to measure it. I'm doing all this for your benefit. Now then, we got to let all this cook right here together and get happy. Happy, happy, happy. And we're going to taste it and see if we like the seasonings that are in it. And see if it needs a little more salt or a little more pepper. Or whatever it may need. Because it might need a little more of something. Y'all, I can really taste that mustard in it. Not that that's a bad thing, but I think it needs something else. So, I'm going to go in here with a little bit of, I'm going to use some of this shiitake mushroom powder. Because after all, we like mushrooms on our bacon cheeseburger. And we could have added mushrooms to this. I certainly could have. All right, let's see what else we've got going on up here. I've got to move y'all down. Y'all can still see over there in the pot. Keep an eye on things. There's some parsley. We'll add some parsley. Let's see. Oh, our garlic. That's what we're missing, you all. I forgot the garlic. What's going on with him? Oh, he was in here hollering about Macy. All right, Coconut, get out of my corner. Okay. I'll throw 2 of them in there. Okay, now if you want to know that those are garlic tablespoons, okay, that I freeze, go back and watch my prep. There's that big piece of potato. Prepping garlic video, and you will see how I do that, okay? You will be able to see how I do that. All right, let's see what else we've got up in here that we might want to add. If you want to make it spicier, hotter, then add you some cayenne pepper. Right there's red cayenne pepper if you want it spicy. I don't believe I do. You could add chili powder. You could add Creole seasoning. Y'all, I've got all this stuff up here. What I'm looking for, I'm not sure I'm finding. All right, let's taste it now. We've got that garlic in it. Let's see how it's going here. That helped it. Still need something else. I'll be back in a minute.
That's what it needs.
You need you to stir in it.
Yes, it needs to be stirred.
You want to taste it? Tell
I
me
can
what you
try.
think. It's hot now.
Well,
What does it need?
I don't know. Is you got any pepper in it?
Yeah, but I think I'm going to get some at Montreal steak seasoning.
Okay.
I think that'll be good in it.
So I had to make my regular here.
Now, well, I bet that'll help it.
But now, folks, let me know. She's going to ruin it now. She got my picture in it. So, let me make an unashamed promotion here for my bride, which she did not know I was going to make. She recently posted a video on sewing. And a lot of you have seen on our channel, it's gotten over 23 or 24,000 views now. I don't know. But it's been a really big success, and a lot of people seem to be excited about it. Lynne's a fantastic cook. She really is. She's a fantastic cook. And I just don't know. I mean, I don't understand these poor people, that men that have to live with drive-thrus all the time. This and that. But, you know, she's a fantastic cook. Let me tell you something. As good a cook as she is, she's twice the seamstress she is as a cook. There's absolutely nothing that she cannot make. I mean, I don't know what goes into it, but I know women get really excited, spend tons of money, and fret over wedding dresses. And I have confidence that Lynne could make the most complicated wedding dress out there, and it'd be perfect. So, any of you that are watching that sew, I encourage you to continue to watch her videos, especially her sewing videos, and share it with anyone that you know that loves to sew. I'm sure she's going to try to do a lot of things that are
Beginner
more
friendly.
simple crafts or things
Yeah.
that can get you to sewing. You know, maybe I guess from the person that's just started sewing, and maybe the person that's sewn for years may learn a few techniques. But I will say I know nothing about sewing. I mean, sewing on a button would be a major, major, major accomplishment for me. Whereas also patching a pair of pants seems to be a major accomplishment for Lynne.
I've got 2 pair I need to fix for him, and I'll get them. I'll get them.
But you'll get them. I'm sure I'll get them.
Hey, I already did 2 pair.
Okay. But I want to encourage you to keep watching her channel, especially watch out for the sewing, because she needs to become a huge success in this so I can be the trophy husband that I always knew I was supposed to be.
So he can quit work and stay home and eat all the time.
Well, I'm eating too much as it is. Let me tell you, people, when she started this YouTube channel, I've always had a healthy appetite. Always. And she's always been a good cook. Let me tell you, my waistline is paying the price for this YouTube channel. Paying the price. Now, maybe if I could get her like making shirts for me or something, or whatever else, that might be better. I can, put on weight. She can keep making some. But anyhow, Okay. I'm gone now. You may see me again in 6 months. You should not kill me yet.
Oh, I would never.
Okay.
Anyway, I added this Montreal steak seasoning, just a sprinkle across there. It did help it. Then I added some parsley flakes. That helped. We need to add our carrots, and I'm just going to add about half of those carrots because we don't normally eat carrots with a cheeseburger, but they may add just a little something there. Okay, let me test these potatoes. See how they are. They're getting there. I'm going to go over here and get the milk, the cream, and our cheese, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to let this continue to cook right here. But I'm going to add, it says a cup of cream. I had a measuring cup right here, y'all. What did I do with it? Here it is. That's about what I've got right here. Exactly 1 cup. And that's heavy cream. Okay? This is a very hearty soup. If you like more of a soupy soup, you might add just a little more broth. Or something like that. But I'm also going to add just a little bit of milk. I need to turn y'all down so you can see now, don't I? I'm going to go in there with a little bit of milk. There we go. It's a little bit more milk. Because I want mine a little more soupy. Because we're going to add some cheese here in it. Some Velveeta cheese. All right, I'm going to turn y'all off. I'm going to let this sit here and cook a few minutes. And I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up and I'll be right back. All right, the recipe calls for, I think it's 8 ounces. Now, 8 ounces of Velveeta. And I'm going to add just a little bit more. Just because I think we'll like it with just a little more cheese in it. And you just cube this up. Stir it in there and let it melt. And all its creamy goodness. If I think I want more, you know what? I'll go in there and add it. Okay, it's time for us to get ready to do our bread bowls. Right here, I have an old Pampered Chef pizza stuff. That's what I'm going to bake mine on. Turn y'all down right here. Right here is my mat. Look at that. Look how it's risen up. Look at it. It's all bubbly in the top. That's what you want. And it smells so yummy. Put me a little bit of flour out here. Just a little bit more. All right. Let me get my dough cutter. That's what I call it. It's actually a bench scraper. And a big heavy-duty spatula. Right here. Because we're going to dump this dough out. Look at all those air bubbles in it. Right here. There we go. It smells good, you all. It does, it does. And I'm just going to roll it. Just kind of like this. kind of roll it around to where it won't stick to each other. Now I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. Actually, let me get it in a ball, like a round ball. Now then, I'm going to cut it into thirds. Because Mr. Andy won't eat a bread bowl. So I'm just going to make 3, okay? And Mr. Don will probably just eat his slicing it up. Okay? This is what you do. You just make it into a little ball. About like so. And lay it over here on here, just like that. Oh, let me turn the oven on. $450 degrees, okay? You want to bake this bread at 450 degrees. Because Mr. Andy in. He's about ready to eat, y'all. Right there. All right, when this oven cooks up to temperature, I'm going to plop those in there and they bake. Y'all, I've not made this in a while. Maybe about 15 minutes, okay? And then I'll bring y'all back when they get done and we'll get ready to put our soup in it. Y'all just stay tuned. All right, here's our bread bowls. Look at that. They are hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot. But then again, that's what you want, right? To make it a bread bowl out of hot bread, take your knife, go in here at an angle, and cut it. Then you're going to scoop all that middle out. Look at that. Yum, 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 yum. And I usually just take this, scoop it out, put it over to the side. It is so hot, you all. There we go. Now then. Look at that. Yum. All right, first of all, I've got to taste it, see what it tastes like. Just the bread. This is some butter I'd melted the other day. I'm going to put across the top because, you know, like I said, I had melted this the other day and it is solidified butter. All right. This little bite right here, melt us a little butter on it. Then we're going to taste it. Good, Brett. Let me get us some soup. Okay, well, here you go. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Get us a thumbnail here. Bring y'all up just a little bit. There you go. There's our soup. Our yummy soup. And I didn't crumble the bacon. I just left it whole. Doesn't that look delicious? Homemade soup in a bread bowl. Andy's excited. He's ready to eat. All right, y'all. I'll get his fixed. You all remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. That'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.